Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Oh, the sounds of a grocery store on a Thursday morning. Off to my left, you can hear Brian McNally's deli slicer running. Chef Tess is getting some stuff going in a pan. It's like you know how Jimmy Fallon will do those things where he has like the Roots and they play the Kents and they do a song with an artist. That's kind of how I feel like we could get a pretty sick beat, as the kids say. That beat would be lit. That's today's secret word. It's lit. If you're over 30, you might not know what that means. I'm 34, kind of know what that means. Welcome to the show. This is Tony Tone, Hy-Vee Today. I was excited just a couple seconds ago. We can kind of see my H key yesterday just like popped off. And I was like, whoa, that's a surprise. And I stopped over to see what it changed. Literally just took the H key and pressed it, and it stayed into place. So that is how that is. Yeah. Okay, so it's good to have friends doing things that I can do well. But when it comes to like real techie stuff, can't do it. Just took the H and stuck it right back in there. It was that easy too, and it works. I'm excited that you're with us. We are very much into spring, but if you have like a weather app on your phone, if you check things like that, you'll know that we have a winter weather advisory from like Friday night to Saturday. We're gonna get snow. That's what they're saying. I'm not one of them. I'm not a meteorologist, but in Muscatine, we could see potentially like 2 to 4 inches of snow between Friday and Saturday. That's not good, at least in my opinion. Now, people that plow snow, they're probably like, yes, an opportunity to make more money. But nah, there's just too many like Easter and outdoor stuff going on. So I'm okay with it if it didn't snow. Chef Tess, like I said, is in the kitchen prepping for the lunch that you'll be selling tacos to order starting at 11:30. Chef, those I know they're going to be good. You have a whole bunch of stuff. What cilantro? What else do you have going over there?
Cilantro, but that'll be a garnish. I've got fresh limes for a garnish, and then I'm going to do a little fresh cabbage slaw to go on each taco as well.
Wow.
So.
Nice. Okay, and they're chicken tacos.
Chicken verde. So there's
Chicken
slow
verde.
braised chicken thighs.
Nice.
Shredded. Got a really nice sauce on them.
Cool.
It'll be pretty tasty.
Spicy or no?
Pretty mild.
All right.
I try and keep things really mild.
Okay. And what's the cost going to be on them or whatever?
$3 each.
Okay. So if you're looking for lunch, and you're going to be again right across from the floral shop, like making these as people come in to order them. It's not like you have like a whole bunch of them ready under like a heated lighter. Okay.
I don't start them until you order them.
That's right.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if we need to sample anything later, let me know.
Okay.
I'll be right here.
Okay, will do.
My first guest is with us, and we talk about snow coming back into the forecast, and it'll be interesting to get her opinion on that. Hannah Howard is the community coordinator with the Nature Conservancy of Iowa. It's good to see you again, friend.
Good to see you again, too.
Hannah had a birthday yesterday. It's worth recognizing.
Well, thank
birthday,
you, Tony.
right? Was it a good day overall?
It was a good day.
Yeah. Are we okay getting more snow? I mean, you're out and about. You're dealing with the elements. At this point, should we not have snow in March, or is it okay?
You know what? In Iowa, the weather always changes,
Right.
and every year is different.
Yeah. So I guess personally, like, I don't want to have to shovel. Do you know what I mean? I'm definitely not turning on the snowblower. No way. Like, I don't, unless we get more than 4 inches of snow, because it's like, I don't know. I didn't think I was gonna have to use it. Like, it's pushed away, kind of. Ugh, I don't want to do it. I told you in an email yesterday. I left work and I was delivering flowers. We were a little short-staffed down to Musco, and as I was cruising down 61 South, something was on fire. And I bring that up because you've been doing some controlled burns, and I didn't know if it was maybe you and your crew with the Nature Conservancy. It wasn't, but is this the time of year, Hannah, when these controlled burns are happening?
Yes,
Okay.
and so this is the perfect time. We've got nice winds. The relative humidity is just right. And
Sure.
so for us personally at the Nature Conservancy, we need to get these burns in now
Sure.
so that we don't impact any of our amphibians and reptiles.
Okay.
And so for some of those sites, they're a little bit more sensitive, so we like to burn before any of those amphibians and reptiles come out.
So these controlled burns are a good thing. I mean, it's almost like peeling back a layer. I'm trying to think of a way to relate this.
No, I think that's a perfect way to relate it, because a lot of people might see the smoke and the fire and be a little bit alarmed, but really it's a good thing, because these prescribed fires or controlled burns are a great way to rejuvenate the vegetation there. And so we like these fires. It's very controlled, and so
you have
things
some
like
really
these
cool
fires.
pictures.
So we always make sure that we have a very
right
controlled line there when we're burning, so that any of the burns, they don't escape that line, and we're only burning the vegetation in the areas that we'd like to. And we have all kinds of equipment on hand to make sure that these burns are going exactly where they want them to go and they don't escape. And so everything, while it may look a little bit crazy from the outside, it's very controlled, and we're very purposeful, and we always plan for what happens if things escape, or maybe the wind picks up. So we always plan for those things so that things will hopefully go the way we want them to. And I gotta say, it is a lot of fun. So have you ever heard of pyromania?
Yes, of course. I have
a little bit of pyromania. I like to set things on fire, and the fact that this is part of my job is really cool. And it, again, though, it's not just for fun. It's to serve a purpose, to rejuvenate the landscape, to help some of those clear out some of that woody vegetation.
And we have the video that you sent me. So this is crazy to me. You sent this to me in an email, and it's a fire, but it's a controlled fire. But for me, I see it and I'm like, oh no, that's a fire. That's a fire. Hannah's, I mean.
Yes, and so that was right in the last bit of the burn. We'd burned most of the unit, and this is at our Holcomb Nature Preserve. And this was that last sweep, so the wind was in our favor, so it was really carrying there. So it looks a little bit scary, but everything was in control, and we had about 15 people there on that burn. So
you talk about pyromania. Hold up that picture, this last one. Not to say that you're a pyromaniac by any means, but this one's pretty amazing.
You can see how happy I am.
Yeah,
I've got a
you
nice
look
smile.
so happy.
But I brought this because
I'm wearing a lot of gear and everything is very safe.
Yes.
So I've got a helmet on, safety glasses,
right,
and Nomex clothing, which is actually a fire-resistant material.
Right.
So everyone that's on the fire line has that and is very safe. And these right here, those are drip torches. So that's what we actually use. That's a diesel fuel mix that we use to actually light that fire and keep it carrying in the areas that we want it to.
Again, I see that, and I know that it's controlled and that you're prepared. You know what I mean? It's just a big nope for me. But did you know that would be part of your job when you started with the Nature Conservancy? Or were they like, hey, by the way, so glad that you're here. Day one, tomorrow we're going to be lighting stuff on fire. You kind of had a sense that this
I had an idea, and I was really excited for it.
Sure.
Because this job is a really neat mix of being out in nature, getting people out in nature, but then I also get to go out onto our nature preserves and enjoy them, but also help in some of the stewardship activities that go on out there. And so fire is one of those tools where it's a lot of fun if it's done in the right way. But it's something that we all enjoy, and it really helps us because something, say like a fire, if we get that done in one day, that could mean tons of hours saved, a whole week saved of, say, going in and mechanically removing shrubs out of our natural prairie areas. So
it's very practical.
It is.
Yeah, so it's helping peel back that layer, freshen things up for spring and summer, and then also just it's cost effective, really. If you think about it that way. I mean, you're really helping Mother Nature and helping out the rest of the Conservancy because, like you said, you don't have to go in and take these things out. So I don't think, and maybe folks are more aware than I was when I found this out, but the amount of acreage preserves that we have in Muscatine, Loiza County, it's a lot. And when we've talked about this in the past, not on this show, but when you told me, I was like, wow, that's a lot of land that I don't think people realize that it not only is accessible, but it's just not that far from where we're sitting right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so most people don't know that between Muscatine and Louisa County, we have the greatest concentration of protected land in the state. So between the Nature Conservancy, Fish and Wildlife Service, County Conservation, the Department of Natural Resources, and private conservation easements, there are over 40,000 protected acres.
Jeez.
Between these two counties.
That's a lot.
We have the greatest concentration of natural areas in our state. So folks like you and I like to get outside.
Yeah.
You know, they should feel very fortunate because we have so many recreational opportunities for folks that like to get out to hike, bicycle, bird watch, photography. There's a lot of opportunities there.
Was it the summer or the fall when you did the White Oak Swamp Stomp?
And we're doing it again.
Okay.
So we are hosting Swamp Stomp at our Swamp White Oak Preserve and with Arden Creek Winery on Sunday, October 7th. So save the date. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And that'll be here real soon. So that was a really cool day. The weather was perfect, right? Maybe a little windy today. And you're taking folks on tours of the White Oak Swamp.
Swamp White Oak Preserve.
Anyway, she's the expert, right? So they were almost like awestruck. Like, I can't believe that that's just down the road from where we were at Arden Creek. And what did they see? They saw a couple things. Like was there a giant?
They did. So that Swamp White Oak Preserve is one of our premier preserves because it is so unique.
Sure.
We've got a Swamp White Oak savanna, which is a unique ecosystem. But there's just so much variety there because when you walk in, there'll be a wetland, and then 10 feet away you'll have sand prairie, and then another 10 feet away you might have a regular mesic prairie. So there's just a whole mix of things in addition to the floodplain forest. We have Pike Creek there on the property, which is a backwater then to the Cedar River.
Sure.
So there's just a lot of interesting things there, and we have a lot of rare plant species and animal species that range from the eastern newt to the smallmouth salamander. We have native blue flag iris that blooms in June. It's just a really neat property, so I would invite anyone to go and check it out.
So how does that work, Hannah? Do people just like show up? I mean,
people can just go and check it out.
You don't have to like call ahead or anything, obviously. I mean, it is protected, so keep that in mind when you're there. Like, try not to litter in general, I would say,
Yes,
especially when you're on like protected ground. It just makes sense, right?
Yep, that preserve is open to the public, and we just ask that people are respectful and just keep their, activities to wildlife watching and hiking and enjoying themselves, so non-consumptive activities.
Right. Bring your camera or use your phone, and I saw some of the pictures that came out from that day, and I've seen other ones since, and it's like, holy cow. I mean, you really feel like you're in a different place just based on the settings, and again, the fact that it's not that far, it's worth checking out. So we kind of have pulled up, we got Arden Creek pulled up on a map here. So where would we go from Arden Creek? Will we go south from there to kind of get to?
So from Arden Creek, with that intersection with Independence Avenue and G28, it's just further down past the river.
Okay.
So Arden Creek is before we get to the river. So if we keep going down G28,
are we going the wrong way?
Nope, just keep pulling it. You're going the right way.
Okay,
keep
cool.
pulling it.
There we go. All right, keep going. We're cruising down.
It's a long way, but
that's super cool.
Yeah, and they can find directions on our website, which is nature.org/Iowa.
Cool. And then they can figure out the places that they can check out and save the date for that event in October. You also did something pretty cool with Contrary Brewing here in Muscatine with a pollinator.
Yes.
That was fun. And that's a beer that is still available.
It is. And actually, that's been one of their most popular beers. And we called it an IPA, which stands for actually the Iowa Pollinator Ale.
Right.
It's actually not an IPA, but the Muscatine Pollinator Project has had a really successful relationship with Contrary Brewing, where we held a fundraiser called Butterflies, Bees, and Brews, where we got people out and we're talking about our pollinators and celebrating them. People were able to try the beer, but then we're also able to raise money to actually put more pollinator habitat on the ground, because that's what that group is all about.
Right.
And we've successfully restored a park right by the transfer station and the future dog park.
Excellent.
So that will be a really great area where people can actually walk around the city's trail and see the pollinators and be able to walk through the prairie in the future. We'll have a mowed trail that'll go through there. And we'll also have a little bit of signage as well.
That's super cool. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're doing such a variety of things with your job. Like, I had written down describe your job and what it includes, but like we would need a day to do that because controlled burns to, you know, taking folks on tours and hosting events and raising awareness and raising money and doing stuff with Contrary, you know, your day-to-day has to be just so fascinating because
yes, it's
the variety
always
of things
different.
you get to do.
And, you know, when it comes down to it, we're basically, you know, we are trying to create a world where people and nature thrive. And so, you know, you can't just protect nature as much as we would like to do. You have to make it so that it makes sense for the people that live in that area or that landscape. And my job is essentially connecting people with nature.
Right.
And that's so important because there are so many health benefits that somebody can derive from being out in nature.
Sure.
It helps with stress levels. It helps with heart health. There's so many great things about getting out in nature. Of course, as far as children go, there's a lot of benefits when it comes to creativity, test scores. Kids that spend more time outside have higher test scores. So there are all kinds of benefits to getting connected with nature.
We have your Facebook page pulled up, and you have one of those awesome images at the top, the cover photo, the live cover photo, if you will. So again, Nature Conservancy in Iowa on Facebook and nature.org/Iowa online. Right. So yeah, it's so, again, important to have like accessible website, easy to follow Facebook page. I know that when it came to promoting the event that you'll have again in October with the Swamp White Oak, I mean, it's just nice to have those resources available, right? Because you know that people are on there. You might as well utilize it to get in touch with them, right?
Exactly.
So, okay, so we're sitting here on March 22nd, right? That's the date.
Yes.
National, I think it's World Water Day. Do you know that? Today is World Water Day.
That was, I think that was yesterday.
Are you sure?
Because
I had some guys that were setting up some Stella Artois, and they were like, tomorrow's World Water Day. And I was like, if you're just trying to put some beer near some water, that's what they were doing. But yeah, no, I just wonder, like, so March 22nd, you have the event in October. Is there anything else coming up?
Oh, we've got all kinds of events.
Sure.
And we hope folks stay connected with us. And they can feel free to call our office and get in touch with us if they want more information.
Where is your office?
So it's right next to Arden Creek Winery if you were to stay on G28.
That makes sense. I thought you were going to say, like, it's on a swamp and we have a boat that we have. Because it would make sense. If you said that, I would have been like, I am not surprised, Hannah, that your office is on a swamp and you have to, like, each day we get in our little boat and we cruise out there. I mean, it would almost be better. Now you're like, maybe we need a treehouse office.
It would add a intrigue and mystique to our office.
Right, but you're just near Arden Creek.
It is, and we're actually going to be holding a wildflower walk on May 6th at our Swamp White Oak area. We're going to be holding a landowners appreciation dinner, which we're calling our Neighbors of Nature Supper, which is Thursday, April 5th, where we're inviting all neighbors within the Lower Cedar area to a dinner where we can provide them a free dinner, but get a chance to get to know them. We can talk about why we work in this area, why it's special to us, the management that we use, but hear back from the landowners next to us also and hear about the concerns that they have on their properties and just get to know them a little bit better. So that's Neighbors of Nature Supper, and that's Thursday, April 5th in Letts at the Community Center.
And it's also something worth pointing out is that if folks are watching this and maybe your family has a bunch of land and you're thinking about like the future, like, well, maybe we're not utilizing all of it, the Nature Conservancy, y'all could come in and be like, hey, if you're interested, we would right? I mean, that...
Right, we can provide information, whether it be conservation-related information on what best to do on that property.
Sure.
Even if it's just pointing folks to the right person to give them more technical assistance, whether it be the Natural Resource Conservation Service or even the Department of Natural Resources, we can do that. Or there are certainly options that folks can explore with us as far as permanently protecting their land with a conservation easement.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. You need to get an office on the swamp.
I know,
that's like a lean-to or a tree house, and you're just surrounded by snapping turtles. Or maybe you just have a giant snapping turtle that you like put a saddle on and you ride into work. I don't know.
That would be great.
Yeah, there's some big snapping turtles. I'm not wrong. I mean,
I wouldn't recommend it though. They have a very powerful jaw.
Oh my!
And they smell a little bit.
But why do they smell?
Well, because they live in this ditches and the water. They smell very much.
So if you encounter a snapping turtle, do not comment on its odor.
Right, that'd be very rude.
Snapping turtle, you stink. Like, they'll just get more angry with you, right?
Right,
Yeah.
but this is the time of the year where you start to see them being a little bit more active. So if you see them on the road,
run.
Stop. No, put your brakes on.
Sorry.
Don't run
hit
them over.
That's not what I meant. Please don't run them over.
Right,
Yeah.
don't run them over.
They're just slow.
They're slow.
Yeah.
But you could help them cross the road if you do see them.
How? Yell at them? Move! Stinky snapping turtle?
You could say that,
Go
but a lot of
on.
times you want it, like for a snapping turtle, I've had
Yeah.
to help them across the road. You want to grab them by the shell and by the
Nope.
legs.
Nope.
So an area where they're not going to be able to grab you.
Yeah.
And then, but you're also not going to hurt them, because if you pick them up by the tail, their tail's connected to their shell and their vertebrae, and you're going to hurt their vertebrae. So you want to pick them up by the back legs and then move them.
I'm just going to call you if I ever see a snapping
Perfect.
turtle.
You can do that.
Hannah, it's Tony. I'm freaking out. There's a stinky snapping turtle. Just flip me the bird. Won't get out of the way. Tried to pick it up, and now it's turning into a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. So that's what yeah.
It's possible.
What I'm saying is I've seen a snapping turtle in person, and I was amazed at how quick its neck could move and like how long it all of a sudden became trying to bite this guy that was picking it up. It was at a bike night a couple years ago. I was like, don't pick it up.
They can be aggressive, but they're kind of the king of the pond.
Right.
So where they're at, so they kind of have that liberty to do that.
Of course they do. If you could only give them a bath. Can we start a fundraiser for Hannah to be able to bathe? Nature Conservancy of Iowa. Can we pull up the contact info? That was really, I saw that where we have like address, phone number. That's all accurate, right? 319-726-3041.
Yes, so they can call us there, get more information, learn about what we do. And we also work with a group of area partners called the Lower Iowa and Cedar Valley Conservation Alliance.
Awesome.
And folks can get on that email list to receive a quarterly newsletter and to get updates on events in the area. And
it's perfect. I think it's great. I'm excited. I'm glad that you stopped by. I appreciate everything that you do, from the controlled burns to preservation and education. And please come back as you get closer to some of these other events, and we'll talk about them, okay?
will do.
Yeah. She likes burning stuff, but it's cool because it's helping nature.
Yes.
It's not cool when my friend used to shooting bottle rockets out of a wiffle ball bat out of a bedroom window is not good. That does not help the environment, right? Okay.
No.
I tell that to my buddy Marty. Okay, thank you, Hannah. I appreciate that. Chef Tess is salt baying it right now. Salt baying it. Are we going to catch the salt bay in action? We may have missed it. That's okay. You were seasoning some. Is this for the tacos? Okay. Okay. Okay, so this is going to go on top.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
So
that is super cool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Listen, we'll check back in a second. As we get ready for Brett Olson from the Muscatine Community Y, let's pull up the aisle cam. Look at Sherry up there working right there on register 11. If you want to laugh, have fun, thank you. Come in the morning, see Sherry, and be prepared for her to give you the business in a good way. And Jose, who is one of my favorite people that works here at Hy-Vee, he's helping out Sherry. Looking forward to a fun couple of days. Today we start That's exciting. That goes Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. All right. I don't know if he does any controlled burns.
How about yourself?
Real good. Can't complain. Of course. At the Y recently, taking a young class called Controlled Chaos. The coaches, God bless them for being patient as they are. Today we're going to work on dribbling. It's great because in my class, probably a high school has patience.
Yeah, it's more, it's half basketball and half and it's just good to get them started.
At the end of whether it's basketball or soccer or the different things we've done on the board, that I had one of my kids the Y in that day. So is that something that
Ys are looking at caring, honesty, respect, responsibility.
Sure.
So we're trying to teach all those life skills. It's more than just the sport or whatever class they're taking. We're trying to kind of put the whole package together
It's great because the word of the day, I mean, they're learning. Respect was just one of them the other day. Responsibility. And I was like, don't ask him to spell it because he's 3.
Yeah, no spelling test. But it is good. It's a good learning experience for all those kids. And we have a great staff that does a great job with them.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the last time you were here, gosh, it only seems like it was a week or 2 ago, but it was probably a couple months ago at this point. And as the seasons change, and I say this knowing full well that we're going to get snow this weekend, but however, we are coming into a spring season. So how does that change at the Y? I mean, obviously the programs will sort of shift a little bit.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean that you're any less busy. If anything, you start to ramp up probably
It just
a little
changes the dynamics a little bit. So the day-to-day flow is very similar. Now, certainly January and February are the busiest months of the year where the weather's horrible and everybody comes inside. Now, weather breaks and some of the runners will go outside or the true bikers. But then it shifts to soccer. So we've got a million soccer kids out in the back, and their soccer practices already start next week. So hopefully the snow is melted by Monday. But I think we'll ramp up a big chunk because we're almost done with expansion. So we're about a month away from moving into the new wellness area.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, because it's gone really well.
Where the basketball class is for my 3-year-old, it's essentially walled off where the old what do you call it? Fitness area? I don't know.
The old wellness area, the old exercise area. Yeah.
So you just see this this wall, and you think like, I can't even imagine what it's going to look like. But that's sort of how I felt along this entire process when things were walled off, and you're like, boy, I can't picture it. And then all of a sudden you get things open. And
the cool thing is if you come out this week, we've got you routed kind of a long way to get down there, and that wall is gone. So they're working on that hallway, so you get a little sneak peek into the weight room.
That's fantastic. And just like looking at the website, we have a picture of the lobby pulled up. In the Adventure Center. I mean, I just love how big the lobby is. I mean,
the cool thing is, so the front of the building's done, which is awesome for staff.
Yeah.
It's great for the teenage kids and the little kids in the Kids Adventure Center. But what people are really waiting for is that wellness center and the new gym. Well, within another month, that wellness center is going to be done. And so where you're working out now is about, in that temporary space, is about 5,500 square feet. The new wellness center is over 10,000.
Whoa.
So we got some more equipment coming.
Yeah.
We'll have some more elbow room. It's a beautiful space. It's all level, so the track's gone from there.
I was going to say, that was flat. Such a big thing, right, to level it out.
The interior walls are gone, so you now get the effect of all those great windows that we have.
Man.
The ceiling is all torn up, and it's now open rafter look. We got some big fans in there. We'll have TVs dropped from the ceiling.
Wow.
It's going to be an impressive site, and basically somewhere, late April, we'll be in there.
Late April, and here we are, March 22nd.
So basically a month.
A month, you're going to be having to move stuff again.
We're going to have to move again.
How not easy is it to move an elliptical down a long hallway?
It was funny. We moved all that equipment one day. We started at 8, we were done by 2. And we didn't close. So we did it. When a person got off a piece of equipment, we just picked it up and moved it down the hall.
Did you make him wipe it down first? Could you please wipe it down so that we can...
And so we'll do that again here in April.
Oh my gosh.
So if Chad's in there running on a treadmill and he steps off, we're grabbing that treadmill and we're pulling it down. So we're really excited about that. And then for all our bikers, they're really stuck in a closet. If you've taken that spin room, it's a glorified closet.
Yeah, right.
And they're moving across the hall into that old elliptical room, which was a racquetball room.
Sure.
Walls have been all redone and painted, new flooring. We tiered it so that there's a row of bikes in the back. We're going to go from 13 bikes in the old room to 20 in the new room.
That is so awesome.
That should be done probably by the end of March. We're just waiting for the bikes to show up, put some glass in the door and
when we were flipping through some of the pictures on the website, I saw that, and I didn't even recognize that was where the ellipticals and treadmills used to be. It's just so wild.
It's just totally different because we dropped the ceiling down, new walls. With that ramp in the back.
So awesome.
It's going to be impressive. And so, we'll move all the weight equipment in, we'll move in that spin room, and then they'll go down there and in that gym where you're temporarily working out, put the wood floor in, put the track flooring in, and then we're all done.
And then you're done.
Then we'll really be
And then
excited.
you're going to be so bored.
I'll be bored. I won't know what to do with it. Free up a bunch of time.
But that's what okay, so this process, again, several years in the making, construction, getting things set, and then, Brett, you'll get to that point where you're like, oh, wow, this is great. And it'll just sort of be like, people are enjoying it. Like it was, dreamt of, sketched, 3D renderings. Here it is,
Yeah, we've talked. I've been there almost 9 years, and we've talked about it the whole time. So, we were in the planning stages, and then we fundraised for a couple years, and the construction's been about a year process. And so This has been a long, drawn-out thing, but it's the construction's ahead of schedule.
Sure.
We're on target for all that, so we're really excited. The contractor's done a great job, but we're close to being done.
I know it's going to be so good. So, the new gym, when that gets all set, I mean, is that primarily where you're going to see, like the noon ball of the world, or is that?
We'll still leave noon ball in the other gym. The other gym's just a tad bigger and it's closer, and so that other gym will be kind of an overflow. We're going to add. That's where we'll put pickleball. So we'll have 3 pickleball courts. We only have 2 now. Pickleball is a growing phenomenon.
It is.
We'll add some more time slots for pickleball folks, but. If you come after school, that 4 to 7 window, that gym is full, and now we'll have 2. We could build 10 gyms and we could fill them up. That's just a lot of square footage and a lot of cost.
And that brings me to something. Have you seen an increase? And not to talk about the business side of it, but certainly it's a question. Have you seen an increase in membership as these renovations have progressed?
Because membership's been it's held really well. We've grown a little bit. We really think that once we're all done, then we'll hit it really hard, because what people are really waiting for is that weight room and the basketball court and the track to be done. And so we think in the next year our growth should hit pretty good. We certainly hope so.
Well, it's also nice that I know that the Y has such good relationships with some of the local businesses in town, like H&I's, and because it's nice to be able to have incentives for people. And we of course want everybody to live in Muscatine, that works in Muscatine, and I think the Y helps that. Because if you have a state-of-the-art facility,
we think we have a top-notch facility. So we're better. We have a better Y than most communities, and certainly anybody our size.
Sure.
We're blessed. You're right. With H&I and Kent Corp, they pay 50% of the membership for their employees.
It's pretty cool.
And our rates are already really low. So you're paying 50% of a low rate, and it comes right out of your paycheck.
Yep.
So we're blessed that those communities, they certainly are. Those companies value those employees, that they want them to be healthy and active and engaged. And then it's a win because we have a great facility for them.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's a great community asset. We wouldn't be where we're at if it wasn't, certainly for some of those great partnerships we have with those companies.
It's true. And it is, again, just reflective of Muscatine. And yeah, when you walk into the Y now again, and I know it's close to being done, but that lobby and just your staff, I mean, the staff has always been great, but everybody's just so... It's sort of like it just feels so good. It's always felt good in there, but now it's just you get this feeling. You walk in, and you're like, man, this is something special. And I know that for folks that are going to be taking advantage of that 10,000 square foot weight space, and so that area also, that's where you'll find the ellipticals.
You'll find every piece of equipment in there.
Makes sense.
And so we're going to add 4 more treadmills, which we think will solve a lot of problems when it's busy for those weightlifting folks. We're going to add another Smith machine, another squat rack. Those always get bottled up. Another cable crossover machine. So we really think with the addition of those pieces, it will solve, we're not going to solve every problem, but we're going to solve 95% of the backlog when people are like, I wish I could get on a treadmill at 5 o'clock, and Chad comes over for his 3rd workout of the day and he's mad because he can't get on a treadmill. Well, that should be solved within, 4 more treadmills.
Right. Yeah, that's all it's going to take. Or if you're, getting off work and it's busy, maybe you go before work. I mean, certainly you're open early enough to where people will work out and then, grab a shower, change, and then they go to work.
Yeah. Even that spin room, there's 13 bikes in there, and at 5:15 in the morning, oftentimes every bike is taken and people can't get on a bike, which sounds crazy at 5:15 in the morning.
Sure.
But with 20 bikes, we think we'll solve those issues.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great room, great space.
I can't wait to see it. Yeah, because I'm not a stranger to an elliptical. Just the best. I don't know. I could never get on a treadmill, but you put me on an elliptical and 5 miles and 1,200 calories later, just a sweaty
you can
mess.
Zip right through it.
It's a blast. So to know that that's getting transformed for that, it's so great to see.
And then we've got 2 family locker rooms that are now open.
Cool.
So if you think about if you're a parent with a small child of the opposite gender and it's awkward to use certain locker rooms, you got your own space, or maybe you've got somebody with special needs and they need a little assistance.
Sure.
So we didn't have that space before. It's got a shower in there and a bathroom and everything, and so it's right by the pool. If they're going to go swimming, it's convenient. We think that'll be a game changer for us.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't even read the email, but when I got here this morning, I had an email from Amy Hessel about, she's planning the lip sync battle again. So there's so much going on. Right?
Yeah, we got the Bowl for Kids' Sake going on this weekend for Big Brothers Big Sisters. So that's going to be a huge event.
Absolutely, and the weather is going to cooperate because you're going to want to be inside bowling
instead out in the snow.
Right, you're not going to want to be outside. Yeah,
and that's for Lindsay and her crew, that's her primary fundraiser. That's what funds that program. And without that Bowl for Kids' Sake, we can't help all the kids we need to help. So it's a big deal.
And think about that seriously. If you're watching this, whether it's live or on the rebroadcast, this Saturday, Bowl for Kids' Sake, Big Brothers Big Sisters, Muscatine County has to be successful. Has to be, period. So even though we've been talking about the weather and it's going to be not that fun outside, again, the Rose Bowl bowling alley is inside.
Yeah,
right.
It's warm. It's fun.
That's right.
Great music, great times. We'll have a great silent auction table.
Yes.
People have a great time, and maybe somebody hits you up for a donation, and you give them $10 or $25 or $50 or.
And you don't have to be good at bowling, Brett.
No, you just have to have fun.
That's right.
Good food and enjoy.
You don't have to be a good bowler. You can be just someone that wants to go out and have fun. And you're right, it is just vital for her program for sure. And then everything else. We come off of spring break where Amy was busy with taking the kids that were on spring break and in the camp out, and then you're going to step into all these summer camps.
Summer stuff, yep.
Oh.
There's not a slow time at the Y. There's not a slow time. It's all good. It just changes from season to season, but
absolutely,
there's always a lot of kids at the building, which is where we want them. We have that teen center. We put it right front and center because middle school years are tough years, and we want them to have a safe place to be with fun activities. Some kids don't have a safe environment to go home to.
Sure.
So we want them to come to the Y.
Yeah.
And be taken care of and enjoy themselves.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, it is perfect to have it up there, too. I can't say enough about the transformation and where you're still headed. It would be fun once everything's kind of set to either do the show on location from the Y.
Yeah, we'll have to have Chad get out and do some video.
Yeah.
And, he's there 3 times a day.
That's what I've heard.
He
could run the show from a treadmill,
yeah,
right?
He could. He's the kind of member we lose money on because he uses so much equipment. But
I'm the member you make money on.
Yeah, I got to balance the two out. He's there all the time.
It's all about balance.
Probably got his own. I think he's got his name on his own treadmill. He's there so much.
I bet he has his fan. I'm not going to say.
One reserved.
I have. There's certain kind of elliptical that I prefer. I don't like the ones where you have to do this. I'm not doing that. I just want to be able to.
Yeah, and that's been funny when we moved because everything got adjusted, so people couldn't find their favorite treadmill or their favorite elliptical for a while, where they knew the spot in the old place. It's creatures of habit. It's just like church where you sit in the same pew every week.
Please do not bring a label maker and stick your name on. Right, we're not at that point yet.
Got to get you a good spot. Yeah.
I will say this though: you want to write a check and have your own treadmill?
Probably. You could probably buy one.
Hey? No, I mean write a check to the Y, and then they put a little nameplate on a treadmill for you.
We can do that.
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Have some Hy-Vee treadmills.
Yeah, or elliptical, or couch. You need a couch. We get you a couch. It's not a bad idea. Thank you for coming on, buddy.
I appreciate it, man. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah, Muscatine Community Y, always busy. Check them out on Facebook or online. We've had the website pulled up several times since Brett's here. Just stay connected with them, and if you don't have a membership, consider getting one because things just continue to improve. And look at the website, look at the Facebook page. I mean, it's all there, right? Everything that you would want for your own personal health to getting your kids involved. Like I said, with my 3-year-old doing basketball and my oldest having done soccer, it's a tremendous asset to the community for sure. All right, we may talk to Mike Church from the meat department. He wanted to talk about some Easter hams. I just remembered that. We'll see if Mike wants to slide down in just a minute. But in the meanwhile, Chef Tess is plating up one of these chicken tacos that will be featured today from 11:30 until 1:30 for lunch right inside your Muscatine Hy-Vee. All right, Chef, so you did the chicken. You're going in for, what is that?
This is just a really, really simple slaw.
Okay.
Cabbage slaw. It's dressed with some vinegar and lime juice.
Perfect.
A little bit of oil.
Okay.
That's about it. And then we're going to do fresh cilantro.
That is super cool. Fresh cilantro. And then this is that cream that you made, right?
Yep, the table cream.
The table cream. This is going to be fun. Wow, $3. There's lunch right there. Check that out. That just looks like it's going to be worth your while if you're watching this live to come over and check out what Chef Tess is doing. Yeah, that just looks pretty.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
Some of the stuff you make, I'm like, I know we're going to probably sample it, but do we have to? Because it looks so good.
You want to now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's bring it over. I want to show it off on this cam.
I'll just hand that off to you.
Thank you very much. Wow, look at that. Jeez Louise. All right, Ryan. We'll get a shot of that, and Mike Church is bringing the ham. He's going ham over here, everybody, just in time for Easter. So these, again, are the tacos that Chef Tess is going to be rocking, starting at 11:30 this morning. Yeah. Do you want to take a bite?
I will later.
Okay. I was see, I'm a nice host, right? I was going to let my guest have a bite before I sampled one. Mike, if you want to clip on, have a seat. Oh, look at these hams. Yes. This is perfect. Oh, back in the saddle, Mike Church. Good to see you. Okay.
It is.
And in your world, in the meat department here at Hy-Vee, it seems like, Mike, and I don't want to assume because you can certainly do whatever you want on Easter, but ham is the top, right?
You know what? Actually, it's kind of funny how that works, Tony. Mm-hmm. We have the numbers to show it. We actually sell more ham when Easter falls in March than when it does in April.
Wow.
April has a tendency you can maybe get a little bit warmer weather.
Okay.
People will change their menu a little bit. We get some nice weather in April, or even there will be a nice to grill, so that's nice also.
I just think, and whether it's a tradition or not, personally, a ham on Easter just makes sense. Now, I'm also sometimes intimidated when I see ham. I don't know which one to pick out.
Right.
You brought three different ones. So are there three different varieties?
We're just going to do a little ham 101 today.
Perfect.
Because believe it or not, like we talked about at Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Yeah.
People asking, well, I've got 10 people coming over. How much do I need?
Right.
Well, the ham is basically the same as like a turkey or a bone-in rib roast or a boneless rib roast. If you have like 10 people and you need a bone-in ham, you need 10 pounds.
Gotcha.
It's a pound per person if it's bone-in. Mm-hmm. We do offer boneless hams. Boneless hams is half to 3/4.
Okay.
Something else that you need to factor in a little bit, if you're having 20 people over, you're going to need a 20-pound ham, which we do have.
Sure.
But also thinking, here's what I did. I bought 3 hams over here, and these are probably one of our, obviously this is our most popular. Okay. The Hy-Vee Spiral. We sell Easter, obviously, and they're an absolutely fantastic ham. A lot of people are like, oh man, the juices, there's no juices, it's dry. Well, and I don't mean to be mean, but the problem is they probably overcooked it.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
So that really can be the cause of a dried out ham.
Because basically what they do is they slice these pretty much already raw before they smoke them. So
gotcha. Okay.
You might lose a little bit of juice, but not much. I think a lot of it is they probably overcook it, which it can happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm going to recommend if you look at this half ham here, you can cook this bad boy in your crock pot. If you got a deep enough one,
wow,
and then put the glaze on top of it, put it in your crock pot, and I'm telling you folks, it is absolutely dynamite.
I had no idea.
And that is quite easy. 8 hours in the crock pot.
Sticking it in a crock pot for real?
Yes.
Wow.
So, and also when you have a ham, they will tell you on all your direct pounds, like this one here, I've got a whole Amana here. It's 13.5 pounds.
Yeah.
It says 14. So what I'm going to do, a little handy dandy calculator out here.
I can't do
I'm going to go
that quick.
14 pounds times 14 minutes. 196 minutes.
Okay.
196 divided by 60. About 3 hours and 3:25. Or I'm sorry, 3 hours. 25 minutes.
3 hours and 25 minutes.
3 hours, 15 minutes.
For something that big.
For something that big.
Jeez.
So you got to really, really look at the cooking instructions. And all your hams, they'll come.
So great.
That's easy.
Yeah.
And also something else that I like to do, when you, like this ham already comes with a glaze.
Oh, nice. Okay. That's what that is.
We offer a brown sugar.
Yeah.
Or brown sugar. But if you just buy as you can obviously tell, there's no glaze on those. You can make a quick and easy glaze. What is that? Brown sugar? What kind of liquid do you put in there, Chef? Yeah, pineapple juice, yes. Butter. Yeah.
Okay.
And and put that on almost at the very, very end, maybe like 15 to 20 minutes before, and maybe even a little bit earlier. And then it just gives you a nice little crust on it.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like crust?
Yeah, no, I'm getting hungry for ham just sitting here thinking about it. And then a lot of folks will stick like the cloves in. That's really a preference thing, I think.
Yeah,
you don't
some
have
people
to do
do.
it, right?
I don't know. What do you think, Chef? Garlic with ham? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
There you go. Also, pineapples on top.
Oh yeah, you gotta have pineapple.
Gotta
on
make
top.
it look easy.
Yeah, you gotta have a pine. I mean, it makes sense. And I want to flip this guy around. So this is that Hy-Vee brown sugar ham, and exactly what Mike was talking about. Boom, right on the back. There it is. The glaze is ready to go. And by the way,
and you can
also
actually
a good workout.
And actually, if you do not prefer the glaze,
sure,
you don't have to put that on there. That is just a packet they give you. You can add at the end, and it tells you how to do that.
That's nice.
And with the Hy-Vees, we do offer a half ham, which ranges to like 9 to 10 pounds.
Okay.
And then we offer a whole ham, which goes to like 18 to 20 to feed your 18 to 20 people.
Perfect.
And like I said, the instructions are already on it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm going to just give you a little bit of advice. Just don't overcook it, okay?
Sure.
If you do not overcook it, I guarantee you it will not be dry. And here's the deal. And if you cook a ham and you're not happy with it, bring it back and I'll refund your money to you. So
bring us some leftovers for a sandwich.
And bring some leftovers leftover.
So we can judge to make sure that we're telling us the truth.
Right? But we do offer quite a few hams.
Yeah.
I mean, the Amana ham, Amana products, they're absolutely fantastic, very high end.
Sure.
But we do sell a lot of them. So, and we sell a ton of the Hy-Vees.
Yeah, absolutely. It's nice to have options when it comes to Easter. And if you were maybe, I don't know, first time going to host Easter, do the questions.
Yeah.
We're going to have the answers.
I'll be here pretty much, or I am off Easter Sunday, so don't come in then. But
yeah, hopefully you've got the ham.
I guess you'll be in here last minute.
Somebody will be like, "Wait a minute,
ham.
Okay, can I start it now and it'll be okay?"
But you know what? So if you need any assistance, just come back and ask us. We'll help you pick out a ham, get you taken care of, give you cooking instructions. We'll do everything we can to make Easter a little bit easier for you. Some people get a little stressed, but
oh yeah, it's true, and it's so many good options. Potatoes or bacon wrapped asparagus, or just check it out next time you're in the store. You can grab a ham. Thanks for coming on again, buddy.
You bet, Tony.
You have so many good choices. And have a good time hosting your family, or if you're going to somebody's house, maybe you're like, I'll get a smaller ham, get a half, and bring it. Like that would be pretty cool.
That's right.
Too.
Or obviously, if you make a big ham and you're not sure on if you don't think you have a lot of people, but
sure.
Man, who doesn't love leftovers?
Leftovers are the best.
Who doesn't take ham home?
Soup after. Oh,
that's right. That's right.
So many things. Oh, split wheat.
Ham. I had it last
night. Oh yeah.
About it. All right. Mike Church in the house.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Yep.
So Easter's coming up quick. Get what you need. These tacos starting at 11:30. You want to take a bite?
No.
I'll let you.
I'll have it here later.
Okay. Again, just trying to share with my folks here at the Hy-Vee. Grab one of these at 11:30, $3 a pop. I am going to take a bite because I don't want to be rude, and I got to go in for this. Let's see. Oh, man. That is so good. God bless you, Chef Tess.
Thanks.
There's so many great things going on there, and I probably have it on my face. But luckily, Chef Tess left me a napkin. And I appreciate that you're cutting away to her. That's wonderful. Thank you. Oh my gosh, that slaw is so good.
Thank you.
Wow.
There's a lot of flavor play going on there.
There is. And again, chicken is perfect. Nothing like ran off when you took a bite. It retained the, that's wonderful. So happy that you're here. That's for sure.
Thank you.
All right, see Chef Tess starting at 11:30. And we'll see you starting at 8:30 tomorrow here on Hy-Vee Today, when we will speak with Dr. Naomi DeWinter, president with Muscatine Community College. That'll be fun. Looking ahead to Monday, by the way, Monday, which would be the 26th, if I'm not mistaken, we'll talk to Erica Cox, who is the Director of Employee and Community Relations with Muscatine Power and Water, because guess what? Fiber, baby. And I'm not talking about in your diet. Fiber internet coming to your home very soon. Some folks, I think, even got it this week. How fast is your internet going to be? Wow, can't wait to have Erica here. She is great. We'll also chat with Brent Klingberg with 7G. Distributing a new Bud Light Orange pick up here at Hy-Vee. And if all goes according to plan on Monday, even though he is busy usually running the front, Phil Schlisman, on Tuesday the 27th, just looking ahead a little bit more, Kim Seligman with the Muscatine Diabetes Walk Project. She will be with us. So that's it for now. What a fun show we had. Thanks to Hannah Howard with the Nature Conservancy of Iowa for joining us. She's doing a lot of good stuff in and around Muscatine and Louisa County. Thanks to Brett Olson with the Muscatine Community YMCA, which just continues to look better and better. Renovations are almost totally done, by the way. And a shout out to Mike Church with the meat department here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. And of course, I always say last but not least, and I mean it, Chef Tess, who is just busy, getting ready to prep everything that she needs to serve you those amazing chicken tacos for lunch starting at 11:30 this morning. Oh, somebody dropped something over there. Hey, it's a live show, right? Catch the rebroadcast Monday through Friday, weeknights at 7:30 and 10:30 on MPNW Channel 5, thanks to Remax. And we'll see you tomorrow right here on Hy-Vee today. Thanks for watching, everybody. I got to see about a taco. Wow.
Today with Tony. Thanks for watching. We'll begin tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community. Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.
I got it.